I've been playing around with the noise texture and titles and text media generators. I was trying to find a way of getting a sort of particle dissolve of the text. I wasn't able to do this, but I did come across an interesting text reveal effect. This is the effect, and it's quite easy to do once you know how. Welcome to tutorial number 29. I'll start with 3 tracks. The bottom one is for your video or image clip. I'm going to place a titles and text event on the top track and a noise texture event on the track underneath. I'll change the event's length to about 7 seconds. Oops, wrong one. And while I'm in here, I'll change the font to say AR Julian. I'll leave the text colour at white, but I want it to have an outline. The outline will be black. And the size will be 4. We don't want to change the size. You'll see why later. So I can now close that down. Now track 2 needs to be a compositing child of track 1. So I'll just click the hamburger menu and make that a compositing child. And I need to change the compositing mode for track 1 to multiply mask. I've now got to work on the noise texture properties. So I will open up the properties box and I want to pick lightning. This preset provides the basic parameter values. I need colour 1 to be my desired text colour, so I'm going to make that yellow. And I need colour 2 to be transparent. We'll leave the frequency settings at default. I'll just open the offset parameters. I need X to be 0.646. And Y left at 0. For the noise parameters, I need the bias to be set at 1. Now for the reveal animation, my cursor is already at the beginning of the event, so I've now got to activate the animation for the noise parameters min. I do that by clicking on this animate icon, which opens up the keyframe controller at the bottom. You have to decide how long your animation is going to be. That's the length it takes for the reveal to work. I'm going to choose 1 second. So I'll move forward to the 1 second mark and add a keyframe. At this keyframe, I want the noise min parameter to be set at 0.993. I'll just pull that across so you can see the text has been fully revealed. And now I have to repeat that in reverse at the end of the event. So I'll go to the end of the event and come back 1 frame and add a keyframe. I'll come back 1 second plus 1 frame. And add a keyframe. Now this keyframe here needs to be the same as this keyframe here, so I'll just copy that. And paste it. Now we can check the animation. Now I'll close that down. And that's fine, but you don't necessarily want your text to be in the middle of the frame like that. We'll use track motion to size it and place it where we want it. I'm going to open track motion for track number 1. Now the player is at the start of the event, so I need to scale this down so that the text is where I want it at the size I want it. So I need to check these icons here to make sure that they will allow me to do that. So prevent scaling Y and prevent scaling X are disabled, so I will be able to move and scale that in the X and Y direction. I need it to scale about the center of the frame, and I need it to the aspect ratio to be locked. I also want to prevent any inadvertent mouse movements moving the frame in the X direction, so I will enable this, which is prevent movement X. The text is going to be at the bottom of the display, so I need the prevent movement Y disabled. Now to be able to see what I'm doing, I need to move that cursor further on. I can now drag this down to approximately the right size. And move it down into position. I'll just open that out a bit, that timeline. Now I need to copy that keyframe and paste it at the beginning of the timeline. I can now delete that keyframe. Now whatever I do to this event, I need to do the same to this event. So I will just carefully copy that keyframe, open up the keyframe controller for that event and paste. So that's the effect. So there you are, a simple but quite interesting text reveal effect. Until the next tutorial, bye for now.